하나, 둘, 셋! 안녕! Today I'll be going over Lee Min-ho, who is a famous actor in Korea. So let's get into it. He debuted in 2006 through the K-drama Secret Campus with Park Bo-young. He started out as a child actor and worked his way through gaining this popularity. He's known for his extremely good looks, and he's often referred to as woman's ideal person. And now let's go over some of the top K-dramas that he's been in. First is 꽃보다 남자, or Boys Over Flowers. This came out in 2009 and it stars 구혜선, 김준, 김현중, 김범. This story is about a working class girl who gets caught up in the lives of four wealthy boys, and they all attend the same elite high school. And this K-drama is really similar to the next one, which is 상속자들, or the Heirs. This came out in 2013, and some of the other cast members were Park Shin-hye, Kim Woo-bin, Jung Soo-jung, Kim Ji-won, Kang Min-hyuk, Choi Jin-hyuk. Here, Park Shin-hye is like the poor girl, and she actually meets Lee Min-ho in LA, and they end up going to the same high school through some changed circumstances. And Park Shin-hye gets caught up between Lee Min-ho and Kim Woo-bin, and it forms a love triangle. So you guys should definitely check that out. This was probably one of the most popular K-dramas during this year, and it was such a hit, and this really kickstarted Lee Min-ho's career. Of course, he had other K-dramas that were popular, but he's really known for this 상속자들. Next is 푸른 바다의 전설, or Legend of the Blue Sea. This K-drama was released in 2016, and the other cast members are Jeon Ji-yeon, Lee Hee-jun, Shin Won-ho, Lee Ji-hoon, Hwang Shin-hye, Shin Hye-sun. This is kind of a complicated story of Lee Min-ho, who is a con artist, and he meets a mermaid who is Jeon Ji-yeon. But they're both getting used to their own new lives, I guess, adjusting to each other. But it turns out they're actually kind of connected through their past. And it flips between the modern day and 조선시대, and it's really interesting to see how the story connects into the current day. Some of you may know Jeon Ji-yeon from 별에서 온 그대, or Love from Another Star, and you probably know that she's an amazing actress, so you should definitely check this out if you love Jeon Ji-yeon, and maybe you'll see Lee Min-ho in a new light. Next is The King 영원의 군주, or The King, Eternal Monarch. This came out in 2020, and some of the other cast members are Kim Go-eun, Woo Do-won, Kim Kyung-nam, Jung Eun-chae, Lee Jung-jin. This story requires a lot of understanding because it's very complicated. There's two separate Korean worlds, and it's like a parallel universe. On one side, where Lee Min-ho lives, he's the current day, he's like the modern day Korean emperor, and on the other side, which is the Korea that we know, is Kim Go-eun's world, and she's a detective, and when Lee Min-ho passes through, they meet and she investigates him, and their story plays out by just encountering conflicts together. I personally really like this drama, and it was just so cool to see what Korea would be like if the empire was kept, and the way they just showed the differences between the two worlds was so interesting to see. Lastly is Pachinko, which came out in 2022. The other cast members are Yoon Yo-jung, Kim Min-ha, Jin-ha, Ro Sang-hyun. This K-drama is based off of the book Pachinko by Lee Min-jin. This story follows a family who used to live in Busan and is now in Osaka, and it goes through the Korean and Japanese conflict, and it just follows the narrative of mainly Kim Min-ha, who plays Sunja, and Sunja briefly meets with Lee Min-ho, like Lee Min-ho's character, and that's kind of how the story really starts itself. I'm currently reading the book, and I think it's beautifully written, and the narrative just makes the story more personal and emotional, and you're able to imagine or even just see what the lives would be for Koreans living under Japan's hostility at that time. That's it for today's video. If Lee Min-ho is one of your favorite actors, maybe you recognize some of these shows, or there's some that you learned for the first time, And if you're completely new to Imino or you're interested in learning more about him, I think these shows are a great start. I'll see you next time. 안녕! 하나, 둘, 셋!